A disturbing incident caught on tape as world leaders, including Prime Minister Starmer of Britain, Chancellor Merz of Germany, and President Macron of France, each caught in a potentially compromising position. We'll play the clip.
It's a long walk. I'll be back in Poland.
It's through my bathroom, huh?
Yeah? It's literally. We came through Germany, and then we made it to France.
German bedroom and
we got through the border.
Right.
Look carefully here. Chancellor Merz's hand moves to conceal something small, a small thin thing. President Macron's hand moves to conceal a white thing, which is in this right hand. The left hand rests on top of the right arm in a grasped, comforting position, indicating nervous tension. At my initial cursory viewing, I do find this clip in itself to be quite suspicious. In this clip, we have the continuation of what Macron does with the white thing, and I'm careful to call it a white thing here. There is a issue with terminology used when exposing something big. If one describes any aspect of that disclosure in an accurate manner, that inaccuracy is then used in the narrative war by political opposition to gaslight the discoverer. Some accounts are quick to call the white thing white powder, and so that leads to immediate denial of the consideration of possibilities because of that one inaccurate stated aspect. So you get these knee-jerk replies, I'm no fan of these people, but this is not evidence of anything. Anyone who thinks that's a bag of Coke hasn't done Coke. Oh look, another dipshit pushing fake news. So hard to be relevant. It's just tissue, everybody. Everything's fine. Ignore. Go look at something else. It's all done. It's just a fake news being pushed by the right. So I'll take a look at the available footage within its context and comment on the factors that are making it quite viral. So scrolling through the sequence where Macron grabs the white thing, in other angles I've seen, this white thing does appear to be a type of tissue. However, contraband can be hidden in tissue as well as plastic. The accurate use of language in describing these sequences is very important to avoid the counter-narratives produced by political enemies. Counter-narratives are meant to distract and confuse. Pure, unfiltered observation can cut through that. And so as we scroll through here, you see Macron grab with the right hand, start to smile, grab the left hand over the right elbow, and this is a kind of comforting grabbing maneuver, suggesting embarrassment. And look at the facial expressions as we progress in the sequence. Look at the smile. It's a smile, teeth are showing. Look at the eyes. So these are factors that are encouraging the virality of the clip. His facial expressions, and then the self-patting, which is a part of a mechanism for managing embarrassment or guilt in a stressful situation. Is Macron embarrassed because of tissue was on the table, a benign tissue? Were there bobos in this tissue? Maybe embarrassing, but this does appear to be a bit of a overreaction in terms of the body language shown. And so continuing through the sequence, there's more of that behavior. He's also leaning. There are knowing looks given in this direction towards a reporter. Starmer is not looking towards Macron. His eyes turn to the center. Left hand still resting on a table. Right hand still resting on top of left hand still resting on top of the right elbow. Then there's a transfer, a skilled transfer while he's giving eye contact to a reporter, appearing very sly. The object's transferred to the left hand. He smiles broadly as if distracting. The camera shifts as if the cameraman is in on it, and then the suspicious object goes in the pocket, the left pocket. And that ends the sequence. So in the sequence, you see a glass of water, this long, small thing. The active community notes describes the apparent spoon as a drink stirrer. But then the question is, where is the coffee? Why do you have a drink stirrer and water? So when Merz sits down, he immediately pushes the water and the folder forward a few inches, and then he grabs the stirrer. So an immediate question I have is, why the attention on this small object, the small benign stirrer, immediately upon sitting down? Now, one might say this is an attempt to manage optics to appear organized when you're about to be on camera. That'll be the benign explanation. But the immediacy of cleaning the environment upon sitting down in the context of Macron's behavior is suspicious for many people. So as we scroll through this, you notice that both of Merz's hands cup and protect the stirrer. So another thing to consider is, if this is a benign object, why involve both hands to cover it? Why not just grab it with the left, immediately take it off the table? It appears that there's an intense focus on these two objects. Merz turns his head. If you scroll through, you don't see much happening. It's just the drink stirrers being protected. And this chancellor is looking a bit nervous as well. Hard to appreciate in this clip. It appears for this whole clip and sequence, Merz never takes his hand off the table. He's just smiling nervously. I might just say genuinely, without obvious nervous tension. Certainly not the arm patting that we're seeing with Macron. This is an illegal kit used for activities involving white powder, and this is the spoon that's used for that. It's very hard for me to consider the possibility that world leaders are engaging in this type of activity, so you jump to calling the tiny spoon or stirrer a pen. Looking closely at this appears to have a hockey stick-like shape. So that would fit with a stirrer over a small spoon. Overall, the situation that's going viral could reflect over-analysis due to Macron's emotional behavior. Like, I'll just play this clip for you several times, you get a sense of what I'm talking about. Like, all those emotional facial expression changes as soon as the hand conceals a lot of it. So it just looks a certain way, a very obvious way that is kind of causing people to have more attention. Prime Minister Starmer himself does not really look very different. The increased emotionality of President Macron could possibly be contrived to create a viral moment. An example of look over here, not over there. Let's feed the public this chum about the possibility of drug use. Or this could be a coincidental spiritual element where the reality constructs a situation. When using term reality, in this case, you may say I'm describing God. He constructs a situation to bring attention and shame to otherwise compromised individuals. It's done as a clue to help wake up the public consciousness to the deeper potential realities, the go work culture of the elites, hiding things to help and assist them in their networking and productivity. Specifically with the association with Zelensky and going to Ukraine, we've been given many suspicious nose sniffings to create that suspicious context. Concerned citizen, now we know why they're all so happy. Starmer is off his tits. Well, the question of why they're happy in this scene is important. Was there something devised in secret with Zelensky concerning the ongoing conflict with Russia? There's this alleged video released concerning Prime Minister of New Zealand, Jacinda, supposedly doing something. And we have this video of facial touching.
You're probably out of shot over there. Okay. Sweet mustache. Sweet mustache.
You may say this is a based video or image that created that initial fear and context of illicit drug use, but there is the benign explanation of it being cleaning a sweat mustache. It's fun to speculate over these things, but very important also to keep in mind the possibility this is a distraction to hide something else, perhaps like what was discussed with Zelensky and Ukraine.